All right, we just wanted to do a quick video on why Brandon Staley should be fired. I think everyone with a brain already knows that to be the case, but Jackson Law is here to do the ones and twos, figure out the kind of the film aspect of it. Basically, we're going to run through the last couple Charger games and explain why it's kind of crazy why Brandon Staley still has a job. So, we're also not going to include week one. Let's summarize week one. He never doubled Tyreek Hill.
No.
Not one.
Tyreek had like 170 something, I think, week one.
He basically asked J.C. Jackson to single cover him the entire game, and now he's not even on the team anymore. So
they traded him for what, a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick?
It was a 6 for a 7 late round swap.
Yeah,
that was the guy they asked to single cover Tyreek Hill the whole game. So,
and they paid him how much?
$80 million.
$80 million, yeah.
So, yeah, we're not even going to include that part of it.
No,
we are the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, so let me get it. Share screen. Chargers Titans. Okay, so the audio is off. NFL. This is purely for educational purposes only. NFL, YouTube.
Correct.
So
before we even start, I was going off in the Slack channel. Everyone doubted me. Pick the Titans. Our entire group had the Chargers.
Listen, the thinking behind it is they should beat everyone on paper, but they don't. And it's mostly because of their coaching. Their coaching sucks. That entire coaching staff is terrible.
That's the entire reason why we're doing this today. Because for those that are going to watch this 2-minute drill, maybe during the game you didn't realize this, but there is absolutely no question that the Chargers should have won the game on this drive. And if you see the way that Brandon Staley botches the clock, you will then understand why this loss is inexcusable.
So let's paint the picture here real quick, Trey. As everyone that has eyes can see, there's 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. You got the ball at your own 25. You've got the 2-minute warning, and you have all 3 timeouts.
Yep.
Justin Herbert is your quarterback. You've got a healthy Austin Eckler, healthy receiving core. You're not hit with the injury cheese right now. It's just week 2.
And let's also mention this. The Titans offense sucks.
Yes.
It's not like, oh my God, we don't want to score too soon because we're playing the Chiefs. Hopkins is out there running 5-2. Like, he's their only weapon. Tannehill has been awful all year. Derrick Henry's not even the same. This is not a situation where, oh my God, we can't score too soon. Because if you go up 4, the Titans are not scoring a touchdown. It's just not happening. This is not a situation where, oh my God, we can't score too soon. You're not playing the Chiefs. If you go up 4 against this Titans team, the game should be over.
Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it. So simple.
First play of the drive. Great game. Great game.
I'll kind of skip ahead a little bit.
They get another play off before the 2-minute warning.
Perfect.
Again, now at this point, you're basically at the 49-50 yard line with 1:56 to go, all 3 timeouts.
And the crazy thing is too, is like you're not limited by having to play near the sideline.
No.
Either. You can use the entire field, your entire playbook, whatever you want to do. 50-yard line with 3 timeouts. And it's the 2-minute warning? Come on, man. So we'll go ahead, jump forward. All right. And then look, that's all they only have to get to, what is that, like the 34 for a field goal to go to OT?
Here's another play. Okay. Now let's maybe think about taking a timeout here. There was 1:50 when they could have taken a timeout.
Like, I'm not against not taking a timeout right there, but it gets worse.
Yeah, it gets way worse. Okay. So we don't take one. There's a flag on the play. Clock is stopped.
Okay, so they get an
penalty on the defense. The clock is stopped. The ball is moving again. 1:34. Still all 3 timeouts.
And they lose this game. They lose it. How?
Here's another big gain. So now we got the ball at the 25. There's a minute 29 to go. How about a timeout here?
I would have. This is the first instance where I would have said yes.
How about one here?
It's after this next play, this next gain, where it gets the most egregious. Look how much time is left on the clock. Okay, it's an incompletion. Okay. So again, they're playing like they have no timeouts left. You have all 3 timeouts.
They rushed so many plays for no reason.
Did Staley not know that he had all 3 timeouts?
There's really no way to explain it.
Did he not know? Okay, let's skip forward here a little bit again. Okay, so
we got another completion.
This is the most egregious one. This is what I was talking about.
Here. There was a
timeout right here.
There was a
1 minute left. Watch the time when the next play goes off. We're at 1 minute.
It should have been 1 minute and 6.
And the clock even kind of stops there for no reason. So the
It's still
clock
going.
even like I think the clock operator thought they were going to take a timeout too.
How about a timeout here? Now we definitely
Absolutely a timeout.
Still going. Clock's
Look
still
how
going.
slowly they are getting to the line.
What is happening? Like, why are you rushing here?
Look at that. He's got to
Look
get
at
him
how much
set.
clock's
He's in
coming
the
off.
wrong spot. 20 seconds left.
Now you gotta take one. And it's still bleeding.
Does he not know? And look, the clock operator keeps did they take a timeout here? They finally take a timeout. 21 seconds. 21 seconds. It's 3rd and 3. I guess I better finally take a timeout and get the personnel that I need on the field.
I just don't get it.
Skipping forward.
And they wasted an entire play by going too soon. Like, they could have gotten set, really figured shit out. Now the defense takes one.
Yeah, Tennessee takes one.
And then this is the sack, right? Yeah.
Yep. So now it's 4th and long.
So from the time they had 1 minute and 6 on the clock, they ran 3 plays.
And look at the clock.
They ran 3 plays with 1 minute and 6 to go with all 3 timeouts. And they wasted 2 of them. It's inexcusable.
It really is. And so we'll go ahead and move on. But spoiler alert, they lose an OT.
Yeah.
To the Titans.
That game they should have won outright.
Yes. I can't have words right now because I can't even comprehend. How do you, and again, we keep asking the same question over and over again. How are you at the 50-yard line, 1 minute 56 left? You got 2 great gains right before the 2-minute warning. So that was like a 4th timeout that you had. Why are you not calling timeouts and getting the personnel you need out there, getting set and getting the right plays that you know are going to get you in the end zone?
And again, I think people will say, oh, well, the drive failed. They only got a field goal out of it anyway. What are you complaining about? That's not the point. Like, they wasted so much clock and just let it burn and burn and burn and acted like, oh my God, we have to get to the line of scrimmage. Oh my God, we have to throw something together. They should have been organized on those 2 plays. And they wasted 2 timeouts that they never even used.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, they ended the half with 1 timeout left. 1 timeout left.
There was 1 minute and 6 on the clock. They ran 3 plays.
Yeah. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the only piece of evidence today that we have.
No, we have 2 more games to go over.
We have 2 more games to look at.
Yeah.
So these are more specific plays. We're going to switch over to the very next week, week 3. of the.
Okay, yeah, this is the game right here. Chargers, Vikings, they're up 4. I think that's an important note. You're up 4. So the Vikings need a touchdown to win. Like, it's not like they can go down and kick a field goal and send this thing to overtime. Maybe your decision to go for it makes a little bit more sense then. Hey, we don't want to punt the ball back. They're going to get in field goal range and tie it. We don't want that. Let's end it now. If you punt this ball, Minnesota has to drive the length of the field and score a touchdown. I think
With
that's
zero timeouts.
Correct.
They have 0 timeouts.
0 timeouts. We're already past the 2-minute warning. And I think another important note on this game, Jackson, I don't know if you noticed this, but they could not run the ball the entire game. Like, the entire game, they could not run the ball. Austin Eckler did not play in this game. On the day, they had 15 carries for 30 yards total. Josh Kelly, who they're about to give the ball to, ended the game with 11 carries for 12 yards. He's not good. So, on a play that you're trying to end the game, you give the ball to a running back that has done nothing the entire day in a situation where you can only lose the game if you give up a touchdown.
Let's just watch the play.
Yeah,
let's just watch it and see what happens. This is wonderful coaching.
I just
stuffed. Now Staley gets bailed out here.
Yes,
because his defense holds. His defense holds. That one of the highest paid defenses. They have a ton of first round picks across the board on that defense. Does what it's supposed to do, and holds. They won this game despite their head coach.
100%. And this is another, I guess, an added wrinkle. Wouldn't it have been one thing if they did that quarterback sneak play with Herbert? Hey, guys, listen. Do that little tush push. Let's get Herbert going. They give the ball to a nobody right up the middle that's done nothing the entire game. Like, at some point, listen, I understand that PFF thinks that he's a genius. You know, the Pro Football Focus people, they rank him as a top 5 coach. I understand that. But at some point, you got to watch the fucking game. They couldn't run the ball at all that day. And Eckler wasn't healthy.
Well, folks, we have one more piece of evidence. We might have had a fourth one had they had a game on Sunday, but they had a bye week, so...
Yeah, but that's okay. It gives us perfect time to review this stuff.
It does. It does. So, last but not least, in a similar situation, but with so much more time left. Now, granted, the Raiders need a touchdown to tie. Like, I get that. Okay? But in your own territory again.
Yep.
That's the big thing. Your own territory. Why are you doing this? Your defense has done a great job at holding Vegas all day that day.
That's not even the story. Khalil Mack had like 7 sacks.
Yeah. Like, your defense was playing awesome that game. And why are you doing this?
And it was Aiden O'Connell's first start, and he wasn't really moving the ball.
Yeah. Does Staley not trust his defense?
Keep in mind, Kellen Moore is calling the offensive plays. He's supposed to be a defensive coach.
Dude, there were so many Dolphins fans that wanted him as the head coach. I wanted McDaniels. I won, and I'm happy. So obviously Miami made the right decision on that call. But this call, not the correct decision. As we can see, Herbert's got to get his weight up. He is just not strong enough.
Clearly, he's not as good at the sneak as Jalen Hurts is, because that was not good.
Well, Jalen Hurts can like squat like 400 pounds or something.
But
the guy's got calf muscles and quads like that big.
The idea that you were going to fail at this a week ago, you were willing to do the same thing again against the team that couldn't beat you, that couldn't move the ball. You were giving this game away.
Yes.
Actively trying to give this game away.
The Chargers should be winless right now.
Or you could make the argument they could be undefeated.
They should be. They should be. Because of their personnel, they should be. I'm being completely honest.
I know.
Like every game that they've been in has been a one possession game. And if you just have competent coaching, they beat Miami week 1 because they shut down Hill over the top. He doesn't put 170 on your head. And then they don't screw it up with the most perfect field position with 3 timeouts against a not great Titans defense. And then you're not put in these positions against the Vikings and the Raiders where your defense has to come up with a bit like a vital stop, not just like a random stop in the middle of the game. No, at the very end of the game to win the game. You're putting your defense in a really tough position there.
I don't know what more needs to be said. Like at some point,
stinks.
He does stink. At some point, how can you watch this game, or how can you be the owner of this team, watch these games and not feel like you're getting cheesed? Like, seriously, how can you watch this? How can you watch these games as an owner and be like, yeah, we got the right guy? Those are the plays that we wanted to show you. It's crazy to me that Brandon Staley still has a job. I don't know what this guy has to do to get fired. I understand that PFF thinks he's a top 5 coach in the league, but at some point, we got to watch the games here. At some point, we got to start paying attention to what's going on. And it's absolutely criminal that this guy still has a job. And not only that, forget about even the time management stuff. Forget about even the coaching decisions. He's a defensive coach, and they're one of the worst defenses in the league.
And they have Bosa, Mac, supposed to have a good secondary.
I want to go to yards per game given up. They are ranked 31st, only behind that Broncos team that got a 70-piece put on them.
And that's why they're last, is because of that week was so bad.
That's why they're last. So you are the 31st ranked defense in yards allowed, and your personnel does not suggest that you should be the second worst defense in the league.
That's where it comes down to coaching, in my opinion.
Like, I'm sorry, but you have a defense with Bosa, Mac, Derwin James, even Asante Samuel's a good little corner. I mean, they have players. Even their I don't know if you've paid attention to this. Their second round pick, Tui Pelotu, is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
There is no reason for that defense to be the 31st ranked defense in the league. He's in charge of it. So explain to me what he provides. If he can't manage the clock, he can't make good decisions, and he can't take care of his side of the ball. What does he bring to the table?
He provided my team with a road win week 1. That's what he gave.
Like, dear Charger fans, tell me what he does. He can't manage the clock. He can't make good decisions. And he can't take care of his side of the ball. What does he bring to the table? Explain it to me.
I'm not a Chargers fan. I can't tell you. I think he should be fired.
So that's all I got. If one Chargers fan can explain to me what he brings to the table, I will listen.
Yeah, it's a very real possibility that they miss the playoffs this season. If they do, he needs to be fired.
Of course, of course they're on track to miss the playoffs. It shouldn't be the case.
It shouldn't, no. But oh well, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
If you want to waste away your franchise, your chance at a Super Bowl, that's on you.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Peace, everyone.
Yeah.